Ever found yourself at a party, tongue-tied and staring at an awkward silence? It might be a networking event, a family reunion, or a casual evening at a local bar. Anywhere you meet new faces or reconnect with old friends. Well, in those moments when words seem to evaporate into thin air, it's easy to feel as if you're the only one grappling with uncertainty. But here's the secret. Smooth, engaging conversation isn't a mysterious talent reserved for a select few. It's a skill you can learn, practice, and ultimately master. Today, we're diving deep into the art of conversation, uncovering proven techniques that will help you speak to anyone effortlessly, transform awkward pauses into opportunities, and turn every encounter into a memorable exchange. The moment of awkwardness. Picture this. You step into a room buzzing with conversation and energy. You exchange a quick greeting with someone nearby, a simple hi followed by a polite smile, and suddenly the conversation stalls. The once lively background noise fades into a palpable silence. Whether you're catching up with a distant relative at a wedding or meeting a stranger on your daily commute, these moments of hesitation are all too familiar. They remind us that even in our most confident states, uncertainty can creep in when we least expect it. In these instances, the silence isn't a reflection of your worth or ability. It's merely a pause, a natural hiccup in the flow of interaction. It's as if the universe is giving you a split second to collect your thoughts before diving deeper. And while that pause might feel uncomfortable, it's also a signal, an invitation to shift your approach and unlock a richer, more engaging conversation. Recognizing that these awkward moments are not personal failures but universal experiences is the first step toward transforming them into opportunities for genuine connection. Conversation as an art form. Now consider this. Every conversation you have is like a blank canvas awaiting your creative touch. Just as a musician carefully composes a melody or an artist selects each stroke of a brush, you too can craft your dialogue into a living, breathing work of art. Conversation is not about reciting rehearsed lines or simply filling the air with words. It's about expressing ideas, emotions, and stories in a way that resonates with your listener. This isn't a talent you're born with, it's a craft honed over time. Even if you consider yourself an introvert or someone who's struggled with small talk, know that every word exchanged is a step toward mastering this art form. By shifting your perspective and viewing each interaction as a creative opportunity, you open the door to more authentic exchanges. Imagine turning every awkward pause or hesitant greeting into a chance to explore a new idea, to share a personal anecdote, or to uncover a surprising detail about someone's life. That's the beauty of treating conversation as an art. It transforms routine interactions into memorable experiences. Method 1. Crafting intentional follow-up questions. Let's start with a simple yet transformative technique. Asking intentional follow-up questions. Imagine a scenario where someone mentions, "I'm going golfing this weekend." Instead of offering a generic, "That's cool," you seize the moment with curiosity. You ask, "Where do you usually play?" Or, "How did you get into the sport?" These aren't just polite inquiries. They're the spark that ignites a deeper dialogue. Intentional follow-up questions signal genuine interest. They invite your conversation partner to share not only facts but also stories, experiences, and insights. When you ask about someone's passion or hobby, you create a safe space for them to elaborate, transitioning the conversation from surface-level pleasantries to a more engaging narrative. It's like opening a door to a room filled with interesting details waiting to be explored. Consider a time when you were asked a thoughtful question that led to an unexpected revelation about a person's background, their challenges, or their dreams. That moment of connection didn't arise from small talk alone. It was born out of curiosity and the willingness to dig deeper. With every intentional question, you're not just filling a silence, you're crafting a pathway to understanding and connection that makes your conversation not only memorable but also deeply engaging. And remember, the beauty of follow-up questions is in their simplicity. They don't have to be complex or elaborate. Sometimes the most straightforward questions open the door to the richest discussions. This method transforms what might have been an awkward pause into a vibrant exchange of ideas and stories. Method 2. The art of active listening. If crafting the right questions is the spark, then active listening is the fuel that keeps the conversation burning brightly. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that the secret to a great conversation lies in talking more. In reality, it's the art of truly listening that elevates your dialogue from ordinary to extraordinary. Active listening means immersing yourself completely in what the other person is saying. It involves more than just hearing words. It's about absorbing the tone, the emotion, and the subtle nuances behind them. When you listen with full attention, you show your conversation partner that their words matter, creating a bond of trust and respect. This focused presence not only helps you understand their perspective better, but also provides you with the perfect opportunity to ask insightful follow-up questions that naturally steer the conversation forward. Think back to a time when someone really listened to you. Remember how it felt to have your ideas acknowledged, to be met with thoughtful responses rather than distracted nods? That's the power of active listening. It transforms the dialogue into a two-way street where both parties feel valued and engaged. By practicing active listening, you pave the way for deeper, more meaningful exchanges, ones where every comment, every pause, is part of a larger, unfolding story. Active listening also means being comfortable with silence. It's about giving the other person space to articulate their thoughts without the pressure of an immediate response. This momentary pause, far from being a void, is a rich interval where both of you can reflect on what's been said. In that quiet space, you often find that the most genuine and insightful moments of conversation occur. It's here that you not only understand the speaker's words, but also the emotions behind them, creating an unspoken understanding that can elevate the entire interaction. Method 3, unearthing common ground. One of the most rewarding aspects of conversation is the discovery of shared interests and experiences. Unearthing common ground is like stumbling upon a hidden treasure chest in the midst of dialogue, a moment that transforms an ordinary conversation into a memorable connection. Whether it's a mutual passion for a sport, a shared love for a particular genre of music, or even similar life challenges, these common threads are the glue that binds people together. The trick lies in tuning in to the subtle hints dropped during conversation. It could be as casual as a remark about a favorite local restaurant, or as significant as sharing a similar upbringing. When you identify these commonalities, don't let them pass unnoticed. Dive deeper by saying something like, "Really? I've been meaning to check out that place." Or, "I had a similar experience. Tell me more about how you handled it." This acknowledgement not only validates the shared interest, but also encourages both of you to explore that topic further. Finding common ground isn't just about matching interests, it's about creating a bridge that connects two different worlds. When you tap into that shared space, the conversation naturally takes on a more relaxed and enthusiastic tone. You begin to see each exchange as a collaborative journey rather than a series of isolated remarks. It's in these moments of shared discovery that the conversation takes on a life of its own, evolving into something dynamic and deeply personal. And sometimes the common ground you unearth may be unexpected. A fleeting comment about a favorite childhood movie or a brief mention of a travel experience can spark a vibrant dialogue that you never anticipated. These surprises remind you that every person has a rich tapestry of experiences waiting to be discovered, and that by simply expressing curiosity, you open the door to a connection that might just change your perspective. Embracing the silence, the unspoken opportunity. In our fast-paced world, silence is often seen as something to be avoided, a gap that must be filled immediately with chatter. Yet when embraced with confidence, silence can be one of the most powerful elements of a conversation. Think of it as a pause in a well-composed piece of music, a moment that gives depth to the melody and allows every note that follows to shine even brighter. There will be moments in every conversation when words naturally slow down. These pauses might feel uncomfortable at first, especially if you're used to filling every silence with something, anything. But if you learn to be comfortable with that silence, you'll discover that it is not an empty void, but a space filled with potential. It's a time for reflection, a moment for both parties to gather their thoughts and prepare for what comes next. Embracing silence means trusting that the conversation doesn't need constant filling. Instead of scrambling to come up with the next comment or question, allow the pause to be a natural part of the dialogue. In that quiet interval, the other person might process their thoughts, and you might pick up on subtle cues, an inflection in their voice, a change in their expression, that hint at deeper layers of meaning. This attentiveness can lead to more thoughtful responses and ultimately a richer conversation. Moreover, silence can serve as a powerful tool for building anticipation. When you allow a moment of quiet to linger, it creates an unspoken invitation for your conversation partner to share something more profound. It's in these unscripted pauses that true connection often occurs, a shared understanding that transcends words. By learning to appreciate the value of silence, you'll find that it not only eases the pressure to constantly perform, but also opens up avenues for more genuine, spontaneous interactions. Weaving it all together, conversation as a masterpiece. Imagine for a moment that each conversation you engage in is akin to creating a masterpiece, a vibrant tapestry woven from threads of curiosity, empathy, and shared discovery. When you combine the art of crafting intentional follow-up questions, the power of active listening, and the thrill of unearthing common ground, you create a dialogue that is not only fluid and engaging, but also deeply transformative. Every great conversation has its own rhythm, its own ebb and flow. The intentional questions serve as the beats that drive the dialogue forward, while active listening provides the melody that ties every note together. Discovering common ground acts as the harmonious chord that resonates with both parties, creating a symphony of shared experiences and emotions. In this light, every interaction becomes an opportunity to build something unique, a living, breathing expression of connection and creativity. This integrated approach to conversation transforms what might initially feel like a mundane exchange into an evolving work of art. It's a process that demands presence, creativity, and a willingness to explore beyond the surface. And as you practice these methods, you begin to notice subtle changes. The awkward pauses become less intimidating. The flow of dialogue feels more natural, and every conversation leaves you with a sense of fulfillment and genuine connection. Consider the impact this can have not just on your social life, but on every facet of your relationships. Whether you're building new friendships, nurturing existing bonds, or even navigating professional interactions, the ability to converse authentically is a skill that enriches every connection. It's an ongoing journey, a continuous process of learning, adapting, and evolving, where every conversation is a new canvas and every word is a brushstroke, contributing to your personal masterpiece. Conclusion. As we come to the end of this exploration into the art of conversation, take a moment to reflect on the incredible potential lying dormant in every interaction you have. Remember, every time you engage with someone new or reconnect with an old friend, you're not just exchanging words, you're crafting a narrative, painting a picture, and building bridges of understanding. The techniques we've discussed, asking intentional follow-up questions, practicing active listening, and unearthing common ground, are powerful tools that can help transform even the most awkward moments into opportunities for connection and discovery. The next time you find yourself in a situation where the conversation stalls or feels forced, instead of reaching for the usual mundane responses, try embracing the silence, asking that curious question, or simply listening more deeply. Trust that every pause has a purpose, every question can unlock a story, and every shared interest is a doorway to a more meaningful exchange. In doing so, you not only become a more engaging conversationalist, but also open the door to richer, more fulfilling relationships. So go ahead, experiment with these methods in your daily life, and don't be afraid to take risks with your dialogue. Share your experiences with others, learn from the unexpected twists in your conversations, and watch as each interaction evolves into something truly extraordinary. Because at the end of the day, conversation isn't just about filling the silence, it's about creating moments that resonate, inspire, and remind us of our shared humanity. And as you continue on this journey, you may just find that every conversation, no matter how brief, is an opportunity to leave a lasting impression. By approaching every interaction as a canvas waiting to be painted with curiosity, empathy, and genuine interest, you unlock the power to transform everyday moments into lifelong memories. So, whether you're stepping into a crowded room or striking up a conversation with a stranger on the street, remember that the art of conversation is within your grasp. Embrace the pauses, cherish the shared laughter, and let every word be a testament to the beauty of connection. After all, the most engaging stories are the ones we create together, one conversation at a time. Now take a deep breath and step into your next conversation with confidence. The world is full of stories waiting to be told, and every encounter is an invitation to craft your masterpiece. Happy conversing.